This presentation is brought to you by Smoooth Productions.
The last Wednesday of the month, so you know what time it is. It's time for you to go ahead and enter into the man cave.
Real quick, what play we gonna run?
You look like a coach, though, man. You look like a coach.
As always, a Smoooth Production.
But Deion Sanders is not making $93 million.
Now, you don't never dip your pen in the company ink.
I'm glad you said pen. I thought that was going a different way.
No,
I didn't know where that was about to go.
Well, you can clip this. If I gave you $168 million, I want to know what type of fabric software you're using on your initiatives. You know what I'm saying?
The point to you want to be. You want to be Steph. You want to have that range like that. You know, not just have the range. I mean, Steph can get to the cup.
We're going to have that platinum tier for the platform sports talk show. You know what I'm saying?
We need some platinum sponsors. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying?
Messy.
He could be described in 3 words. He's so horny at that moment. Yeah, I said that. That's going in the highlight tape. I know it is. You know,
Knee alone. Friday, knee alone.
Fresh Prince knee alone.
the best man. Me alone, man.
Well, anyway, it was a good run while it lasted. So,
Then they were exactly who we thought they is.
And that's why we say we look at the guys that are in our OTE arena is who are you? You know,
Crazy story. The first time I touched a basketball court, I cried. I didn't want to go. They forced me to go. They put me in the van.
It's a give back to allow the young people to experience the game, to learn the fundamentals the right way.
All right, so it's the Man Cave coming to you live from the Platinum Sports Talk Network. My bad, Smooth. I won't mess it up no more. I got you, man. I got you. You know what?
It's a platinum show, man. It's a platinum
Yeah, the show is platinum. That's why I keep saying it.
The selector, the real estate DJ, real estate investor by day, DJ by night. And this is the Man Cave, where anything can go down. And you guys, you can see, I am your impromptu host right now. Our faithful leader, Stanton, is a little tardy. So I'm here to kick off the show. A lively night of discussion about sports will commence here. And of course, we here at the Man Cave are here every last Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. Central Time. And you can find us on them internets, all on the platforms at Facebook, on X, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Subscribe and click on that bell, because anytime we go live, you will be notified. And also, you can catch us on Hot 365 Radio, where it's always hot, and via the app or the online, wherever you can catch Hot 365 Radio. And also, we are not the only show here. On the first Wednesday of the month, we have Ladies' Night. Every first Wednesday, the ladies hold it down and talking about all things sports. And of course, the flagship every Wednesday. And that is the Platform Sports Talk Show. This is the Platform Sports Talk Show Network. I am not alone. We do have some folks in the building that actually came here on time. Tuning in at the Platform Sports Talk Show studios, if you will, we have my main man, Rio, in the building. Rio.
Hey, how y'all doing? Good evening, everyone. Sadal, can you do me one special favor and bring in the black man?
Oh, yeah. I got to do it. I got
the black man.
The blackest man in radio and the blackest man on this show, Mr. Craig Black.
Gentlemen, what is going on? The blackest man on this earth. That's what I am. What's up, Sadal?
What up, man? How's it going, bro?
Man, I can't complain about one thing, man. Shout out to my man Rio. What's up, Rio? I guess he's on the other side. It's all good. We'll skip right past
you know what happened last week.
Anything can happen. The inmates running the asylum, baby. We got it again.
I'm not a host.
Yes, you are. You are the host right now. Yes, you are.
I'm the host with the most as of right now.
I can never be the host again because I'm still on that Platinum Sports Talk Network. You see, that's why I can't.
It's a platinum tier, man. Just like it's a platinum tier.
Yeah, that platinum. That's what we talk about.
Man. We got a lot to talk about, but before we get into all the topics, man, we gotta ask one question, man. What's on your mind, man?
What's on my mind, man? I was disappointed. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I knew that OKC was gonna win, but I still didn't want them to win. I wanted, and it was only, I'm gonna be honest with you, it was only for Reggie Miller. It was only for Reggie. I wanted Reggie to get himself a ring out of Indy just because of.
Hey, Craig,
I'm a big fan of Reggie, man. Reggie
wisdom, but I think we jumping ahead. That's one of our topics tonight.
Okay, let me stop. But
you know what? I have to admit, man, there was some things that happened here in St. Louis with a team out there your way in DC, and they did.
What are you talking about right now? I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I don't understand. I'm lost.
And play the game or something. I don't know what happened, man.
Hey, man, I know what happened. A beat down happened. You know what it was? I was, because all season long we have been playing. We're talking, for ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the UFL, okay, the championship. The St. Louis Battlehawks versus the DC Defenders. If y'all don't understand what we're talking about football, spring football. But I watched my team sporadically all year with their games, and they were like on and off and on. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they had anything consistent going. They were like 6-3 or 4. And the first time they played y'all, we just didn't look like we were that squad. We just didn't look like we were there. I didn't expect what happened in that XFL championship game to happen. The way that run game, the way that the trenches were taking over, the way we beat y'all in the trenches really surprised me, because I thought it was going to be more of a run and gun type of game. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, it was what it was, man. And then, we're champions now. Yeah.
You know what? The DC Defenders, they did their thing, man. They flat kicked our tail, man. But you know what? I gotta do something real quick. We're gonna bring in someone here.
Oh, what?
To the show. This is the first time me bringing them on. It is our faithful leader. He is the host with the most. It is Stanton, baby. Stanton, where you at, bro?
Oh, y'all talk about me? Oh, hey, what's going on, party people, boys and girls, children of all ages? Craig, you the last one to talk to this man, brother. Anywho, Craig. See, the brother show up one time.
Hold on. You get the watch on, so I gotta live this moment because this dude late and I'm late all the time. Yeah. So I gotta let him have it. I can't let him get past
Craig being late. Craig, it's not Sunday, but let he who is without sin catch the first stone. Craig, you in the glass house, brother. Be careful. Be careful.
Later than late.
Mm-hmm. Who's later than late? Even in my lateness, I still beat your lateness, brother. I'm 5 minutes as opposed to 45. An hour 45. 5 minutes left in the show. See, Craig, you should have just been quiet. I was just on to get the show going.
All we know right now is that you're late. That's all that matters.
Right, he be on time for radio. Why you don't give us the same respect you give your radio, Craig? Huh?
We talking about? Huh?
What now? Huh? If you can you can hear. Why you don't give us the same respect you give your radio show? You ain't never late to that.
I respect everybody in here. I do.
Oh, okay.
Especially you being late. I respect you for that, man. You know?
You know what? I'll take that respect. It's given from an expert. I'll take it. Anyway, this is the man cave where anything can go down, like Craig being on time and me being late. Y'all already did the intros. I'm Stanton. That's Rio. We got Sadar. We got Craig. We have a special guest in the building. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to start clapping right now. Start clapping right now and give it up for our special guest and show your love for Nico. What's happening in the freshest of fresh princes? We got our special guest. Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the man cave. Like I said, where anything can go down. We got a lot to talk about. Real quick, I want to thank all y'all for tuning in. You, and you. That's right. I'm pretty sure we already went through all this, but if we didn't,
we went through it.
Oh, we did? It's so nice. I ain't gonna say it twice. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in on all them internets. So we've already heard what's on Craig's mind. What's the word, brother? What's going on?
Oh, first and foremost,
yes, Miss Dub, our faithful #1 fan, gives her greetings to us all, including our producer behind the invisible curtain.
Hey, Miss Dub.
We love us some Miss Dub here.
I love Miss Dub.
Just at the Man Cave, here at the Platform Sports Talk Show Network. We love Miss Dub. She be on every Wednesday. If we ain't there, she watching the replay. Yes, like she be there all the time.
Since day one. We talking about for years.
Mm-hmm. Years, like years. Beyond this show, years. But you know, we'll talk about that at a later show. But Miss Dub, we're happy to have you. Sadar, what's the word, brother? What you want to talk about in this world of sports?
I just so happened to peek in to the Cardinals. And my God, where did they come from? They up here, you know, bats are hot, winning streak.
Yeah, I'm in the right.
They got a threat of getting in the first place, but I don't know how long they can keep this up, but I like what I see.
Would have thought it.
Real quick, Sadar, breaking news. I mean, it's really not breaking news. We were just waiting for the announcements to come through.
Too soon. Our Cardinals losing now.
No, I mean, well, we are losing 4-0 at the bottom of the second, but it happens all the time. They are a come from behind team this season. That's what they're doing. So, breaking news. We all knew this was going to happen, but the announcement has been made official with the first pick in the 2025 NBA draft. The Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flag from Duke University.
There you go.
I just want to take this moment and say that there's a collusion at hand against my Chicago Bulls. Every time we in the goddamn lottery, we don't never get past number 10. Craig, where y'all at this year?
I don't even know.
He don't even know. That sounds about right.
We got number 6 pick. We got number 6 pick this year.
I got number 6. We got number 12. Ain't that something? I don't never want to hear you talk about who's worse. We're not doing that. Anyway.
Waiting to select.
It's a travesty, though. How do we only won 20 games. Did we win? We only won 18 games. We got number 6 pick. We got to get rid of
the lottery. It's literally the luck of the draw.
Crazy.
Yet our luck runs out. I feel like they're penalizing us for the Michael Jordan era. It's been 30 years almost. Y'all, we done. We done learned our lesson. We got it. We apologize. We didn't put that together. It just happened.
No, y'all haven't.
It just happened.
It just happened. You think I want this? Shout out to Sadar. Anyway, yes, you were speaking about your Cardinals and where did this come from? Even though they're kind of doing the same stuff, but winning. We're just it's the same ish, just a different toilet because we're winning now. Like, it's like it's winning, losing baseball, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just at this point, man, you just count your blessings at this point. You never know what they're gonna do. Next week they can get on a losing streak. It happened before they got on this winning streak, it was a losing streak happening. Mm-hmm. They got off a good season or a good series against the Dodgers. Then they go on the road. Then they get beat down by Toronto. And then they get beat down by the Brewers. Then they turn it around. So it's just like up and down. It's like a yo-yo, man.
Are the Brewers worth a darn anything right now? Like, okay, they're still good? All right. Dang. Okay. So that's what's on your mind. Rio, what's going on, brother? Did you already tell us what's going on? What the word is?
No, I mean,
what's the word, brother?
We just spoke on it.
Mm-hmm.
We just spoke on it. Cooper Flag went first. Other than that, I would just like to say, with all this quarterback controversy going on in Cleveland, I still think that Shador will probably get the reins and the keys
for sure.
For sure. Despite all the allegations that has went down this week,
the speeding,
I will say that I still have my faith in Shador, and I think he will be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
I want to expound on that. I too think he's going to get the starting position. Dylan Gabriel, I love you, boy, but they did you dirty. Like, they did you dirty. If I were you, I'd request waivers and go somewhere.
Yes,
I'd request it because that I still don't understand why they did that. I never will. But what happened. Shador is performing.
Yes, he is.
Both. See, everyone's just highlighting Shador. Let's talk about Shiloh. The reports that have been coming out of the Buccaneer camp.
Yeah, nothing.
Shiloh been putting that work in. See what they thought was gonna tear these boys down. Just added fuel to the fire. Now all you did was add fuel to the fire. So they
the consummate teammate. He's really gotten the ear of a lot of the veterans in the locker room as far as the defensive side. He's staying after practice, working, continuing to work, and Todd Bowles, who is one of the best defensive coaches in the league, has nothing but praise for Shiloh. And so I'm really interested to see how he does. As far as Shador, I think he will take the starting reins eventually, but I think they'll start off with Joe Flacco as starting quarterback.
Isn't that what they do? So just a repeat of the Baltimore situation.
Yeah, he'll start like the first maybe 4 or 5 games, and then something will happen, and then they'll throw in the kid.
Okay, Miko, I saw your hand up in the reflection, brother. What you got?
He could, because if you remember, Flacco in that Browns uniform was hot last time he was in that uniform. If he starts off hot again, this coaching staff, I think, is on the hot seat already. So they're going to leave Flacco in. Why? Because Shador was not their choice. Dylan Gabriel was their choice. And if reports are correct, Shador was the owner's choice. So from that aspect, from what I could see, all of the publicity is on Shador. Nobody's talking about Flacco. I mean, who would anyway?
No, nobody's talking about Flacco.
So
Gabriel, the other guy.
I'm gonna say my question will be: what's the over under on Shador starting by game 8?
That's a good question.
I think the over under on that 1 through 6. I think it's low chances for him to start the first 6 games if Flacco is hot.
I'll take it a step further. Not even game 8. Whenever their bye week is. Whenever that bye is, they're gonna make a change. Because it's the owner's pick. You're not gonna go against your boss. That's like Coach, whatever his name is, in Dallas, going against good old Jerry boy. You don't do it. That is literally career suicide.
Kyle Shanahan.
So I feel what was his name?
Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, coach, head coach, Dallas Cowboys. Yes, Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, you're talking like actual.
You talking about now? No. You talking about now, Stan?
Yeah, I'm talking about coach like now. I ain't talking about just.
Yes.
No, he's saying now. He's saying now.
Yes.
Kyle
yes,
Shanahan
the coach right now for the Dallas Cowboys, Kyle Shanahan.
Did I miss something?
We here, Sadal. We here. Yeah, we here. I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Right.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you didn't catch on to it.
Oh, it's like the funny thing. It's like, Darth Vader. But for real, Emperor, what's the name in the back? Yeah. I got you.
Damn.
Whoever, just going against your owner's wishes.
I like that.
Because you don't go against your owner's wishes. That's your owner. He is the head of the mother lover that you report to. It's like, the coach to the GM, everybody to the owner. So I say by the bye week, just to satisfy all.
I don't think he should start anyway. I think him sitting and watching for a little bit take some pressure off of him in the beginning, because as soon as he get in the game, he's going to get scrutinized for everything he does, every throw, every missed throw, every whatever he does, every run, every handoff, how he drinks his water on the sideline. They're going to scrutinize everything that he does. So it's like, go ahead, let Flacco start the first couple of, 8 games. Let him start the first 8 games. Let him sneak it up a little bit, and then he'll come in like Superman and, save the day. It works out better for the young quarterbacks anyway, because in this new era of the NFL, they just throw you right into the fire. I didn't, as y'all remember last year, I didn't want my man Jaden Daniels to start last year, but I was totally wrong there, and I can admit it. But nevertheless, it worked out.
So you would think after being completely like that was just the wrongest. You went from he shouldn't start to all hail JD Fat. That's your boy.
Because I didn't think we had. I didn't think our trenches were good enough. I didn't think we had enough offensive line to protect that dude. And I didn't want to see the young man. We have a history of getting our quarterbacks killed, but we got a new regime and things changed.
But credit to Craig. Jaden Daniels is a one of a kind quarterback. He ain't just your regular rookie quarterback. He was different. So credit to you.
Didn't matter what.
Craig, real quick, did you just try to air out quarterback woes when we're talking about the Cleveland Browns? You just tried to voice your quarterback woes when the conversation is including the Cleveland.
No, I wasn't saying no woes. I'm just saying I think Shador should sit because it's going to put too much pressure on. I'm not trying to say I don't have any woes. My quarterback situation is grand right now.
No, what you just said was I'm scared to start a young quarterback because our young quarterbacks get killed. Right? That's what I
was saying in the past, our young quarterbacks are within the Commanders organization. Yes, in Washington. Yes, in the past they got killed.
Quarterback misfortune when the conversation is Washington versus Cleveland. You lose that 10 times out of 10.
I wasn't comparing nothing. Why is everything a comparison with this dude about who's the worst? What is up with this guy? We got to go back and forth about the worst Chicago versus Wizards. I wasn't comparing anything, man. Stop it. What is he doing? He does it every time. I wasn't comparing nothing. I was just saying that in the past, our quarterbacks would get their ass whipped. That's all I'm saying.
Cleveland quarterbacks. So why not just play this young, promising quarterback like you guys did and see what happens? Is that not what you guys did? Did you not play the young quarterback?
I would not recommend because of what Stanton just said. Stanton just said Jaden Daniels is a one-of-a-kind quarterback. I would not want to put Shador through that. I would not want to do that. I think he needs to sit and watch. Straight up.
I didn't say that. You might have heard it, but it wasn't my voice.
I said that.
You
I
said
mean,
that.
my bad. I mean, Sadal, Stan Sadal.
Learn
Y'all
your
the
name,
same person.
Fred. Jesus. They
Y'all
on
the
the
same
screen for
person.
your help.
Y'all the
Just
same person.
one has hair, one doesn't.
I didn't say that though.
I mean, you don't have to. It's
That's like a comparison.
right. You said we both the same. Sound like you making comparisons and contrasts, brother. You either against it or for it. But continue.
I get what you're trying to say, Craig, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
I understand what you're
Thank
saying.
you, Sadal. Thank you, Sadal. I appreciate you, Sadal.
I understand what you're saying.
I actually don't, because when you watch Shadur and you watch his reads versus Dylan Gabriel and the limited clips that they show, he reads beyond the second level. And a lot of the passes that he make are in the third level. You know, obviously they're probably at the 30 or the 40, closer to the goal line than say if they're at the 20 on the other side of the field. But a lot of the reads that he make are accurate. The ball placement is accurate. Obviously, they are not tackling, they are not hitting. But when you look at the statistics right now, Flacco, Gabriel, and Shadur, who's are at the top of that? You know? Shadur's.
Yeah.
His completion percentage is higher.
Mm-hmm.
His number of touchdowns is higher. But it is said that he's not even getting much, if any, time with the ones. So what I'll be interested to see is what would happen in those numbers were they to flip that. They are saying that they are rotating them through there. So in that rotation, where's that come into play? Because honestly, if I'm looking at it and saying, okay, what's the performance going to be as we start ramping up going through preseason, into the season, what's that going to look like? Are these guys going to look like geniuses or are they going to look like dummies? Because at the end of the day, it's still going to be the scheme, these coaches, the competition, and the only thing that's standing between that win-loss column is going to be what's between either that man's ears or between Flacco's ears and the talent that they have on the other end catching the ball. I mean, I don't really understand the comparisons and saying let's not put the young dude out if we're not actually looking at what is he surrounded by, what's the competition going.
That's my whole point. I wasn't comparing him against anybody or anything. I'm comparing. What I'm saying is the young man is just that. He's a rookie, and if you got a vet quarterback there, go ahead and let that vet quarterback go ahead and play, because I think some of these rookies need time to sit on the bench and actually watch the speed of the NFL coming from college. Now, we're talking about the Cleveland Browns. So what type of offensive line do they really have? You know what I'm saying? Can Shador really read those defenses like that right now? Or can Flacco read the defenses better? I'm just saying, I just want the young man to be healthy. I want Shador to succeed. I know in my heart of all hearts that Shador is the best quarterback in that room. I'm not comparing him against any other quarterback. I'm comparing him against the situation and what he's dealing with when it comes to this NFL and this media hype and all the BS that you get with that. When you have an owner that's going to start talking, saying, okay, well, he's not doing this. We need to put in somebody else. We need to do this. The fans are not feeling, when you have them Jerry Jones type of owners and the old Daniel Snyders that want to put their hands into what's going on the field when they just need to sit their ass up in the box. I just don't want to put all that pressure on the young man. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's not better than anybody in that quarterback room or somebody's better than him. I'm not comparing anybody. I'm looking at the whole hype and the media and the overall, just the pressures of being an NFL quarterback. And I think those young dudes should sit down for a little bit, but it is.
You know what? And I think, and I have to agree a little bit, because putting Joe Flacco in takes the pressure off of Shador. So if Joe Flacco gets sacked and he can't complete any passes and messes up, well, he's the veteran, He's been there, done that. Now you have an excuse to put in a Shador. You put in Shador right now, then all of that pressure and and all of the mistakes will be amplified by everyone, and he wouldn't have a fair shake at the starting shot. at the starting job. So I think putting Flacco in, letting him be the buffer, let him do his thing. He's a veteran, and if he messes up, bring him in.
You hungry? Good luck.
Hey, Smooth, you're real good with that, Smooth. I see you, man.
Oh, so what's next? What's next?
So dog don't even know what's going on. Real quick,
I see. You did.
Man, what you want to talk about in the world of sports that has recently caught your eye?
I mean, in the world of sports, I know it wasn't really on here, but I mean, if we're going to bring up a little bit of Caitlin Clark in the WNBA and that situation, I thought it was very interesting how she ended up getting a technical for getting poked in the eye and then checked to the ground like it was hockey. I thought that was really interesting. I'm like, wait a minute now. Okay, I'm with it. You know, she toughened up. You know, she telling folks she ain't scared of them. But how did she get the tech though? That's what I was actually wondering. I mean, you talking about this, your cash cow. She out here shooting the lights out. You know what I'm saying? She about to shut the jumbotron off. She got that net wet, but they not protecting the investment. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that one.
Mike, can't comment on that one.
I can't either because it happened to everybody.
That not make any sense because that is your cash cow.
I mean,
so you must protect your cash cow. The same way they did. I'm gonna say Mike. I don't want to use LeBron.
You can use both of them. It happened to both of them.
Yeah,
they made Jordan go put on weight in the offseason the way they was manhandling that boy. The bad boy Pistons solely made him put on 10 pounds of muscle.
That was a bad boy Pistons though. It's like the whole league versus Caitlin Clark. And the great thing I will say, the great thing is she did have a teammate come up and buck on him. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I don't care what your color is, you're supposed to have your teammate back. Mm-hmm. So if they gonna check you to the ground, your body's supposed to be flying, as far as I'm concerned.
You're supposed to.
No, am I wrong?
No, I mean, well, in the sport, no, because in bigger penalties and stuff. But
they fined her $25.
I think that would be the first thing. 25.
Dang, 25,000 in the NBA. We just gonna deduct that by divided by. We just gonna put it right there. 25,000. Jesus. Whew.
That's all right. I wish it was 25.
That would be nice. But we understand why Caitlin Clark is receiving the treatment from her peers and colleagues, not on her team, just in the league. And it's because of the treatment she receives from the media. Like, it's been like that since last year. You know, Caitlin Clark came in. I can't think of a better phrase, so this is all I got. As the great white hope for the NBA. That's the WNBA, excuse me. And so it was as if any and everyone else who had set records, who was playing lights out ball, it's just like, yeah. But her right here, oh, we ain't never seen nothing like this before.
Steph Curry. She is the white female Steph Curry. Okay, let's just go ahead and throw it out there. Am I wrong? You could name anybody else in the WNBA that's got a chopper like that. Anybody. It's crickets.
But I don't think all the hype is wrong. I think everything they say about her on the court is great. I agree with one of our colleagues that's on another show on the platform Sports Talk Network. I believe Annie. It's her fans. It's her fans, man. The fans they might as well be Cowboy fans. They are some of the worst Philadelphia fans. They are just terrible. You know, and anytime Angel Reese does anything when they play, it's like they just bombard the girl with the most racist, the most ignorant stuff. It's like her fans, they're kind of they're kind of sometimes they make you want to root against Caitlin because of the fans. That has nothing to do with on the court. She's all of it. She really is. She's proven her game 100%. But the damn fans are just so ignorant, and they're so and they like to be racist with it. That's what really just messes up the whole thing. It's like we understood Bird and Magic back in the day. That was in the set. It started off in like 79, 80. We're in 2025, and it's not cool. It's not cool. It's her fans. Caitlin Clark is who Caitlin Clark is. She's that girl on the court. She, like you said, she is that the WNBA Steph Curry. She can pull up from anywhere. That range is something. But I like the fact that she does fight back, and I do like the fact that a lot of the WNBA players don't go for the BS. They give it to her. They like, okay, you gonna come through here, you catching this bow. And that's how it's supposed to be. You want the fans to be a part of the game. You want the fans to love the game. So you got to get that work. You got to, be strong.
That day, it was the Fever and the Sun. Okay, yeah, I thought so.
It's rites of passage.
That behavior, all that shoving around and that fighting. I ain't see a lot of melanin in that, but they sure ain't have a lot to say about it. But I'll be quiet.
It's a rite of passage, man. Especially with all the hype that surrounds Caitlin, right or wrong, the league is just saying, hey, you gotta compete just like everybody else. You gotta get it out the mud just like everybody else, and nothing's handed to you.
Real quick, I'm gonna say what's on my mind, and then we're gonna get into these topics. Yesterday, there was a game between the Chicago White Sox and the Arizona Diamondbacks. There's a player on the Diamondbacks. His name is Ketel Marte. Some bonehead, insensitive, since I can't really cuss, idiot just decided in the midst of the game to yell out something at Ketel Marte concerning his mother. The problem with that is that Ketel Marte's mother passed away 7 years ago via a horrific car accident back in his home country.
Damn.
Everybody on this panel has a mother. You can't dispute it. So I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel, if you say something about my mama and I'm close enough to you, it would have been handled. I feel like if Ketel Marte was close enough, it would have got handled. But unfortunately, the remarks were uttered, and the Ketel Marte was shaken up to the point that they paused the game, they consoled him, he stayed in the game. I applaud him for staying in past what happened. But at 1:30 this afternoon, news broke that the fan who taunted the second baseman Marte about the death of his mother is banned indefinitely from the Diamondbacks ballpark, the White Sox ballpark, the Cardinals ballpark, the Pirates ballpark, that other team in Chicago ballpark, the Reds. What I'm saying is he's banned from the MLB as a whole. You cannot attend the game in person, all because you wanted to say something so foul, so insensitive. It's just people are something. That's deep, man. It costs nothing to give love. You can cost somebody everything.
That was foul, Stanton, man, and that's on here, especially with social media, and apparently there's something going on with the controls. There we go.
I don't know what's going on. You ain't gonna catch me slacking. I ain't great.
Like a lot of people want to say a lot of different things online, and the reason why they do it is, one, they want attention, and two, they know they can't get punched in the damn mouth. because
it depends on who you say it about.
You actually had to see somebody, and you actually had to see them, and you wouldn't be talking that mess in their face, or you would get punched in the mouth and get beat down.
Yeah.
And so you washed your mouth. And so a lot of people want to bring that. they want to bring that talking online out in the real world and see you can't do it because you guys got to see people. And hey, it's F around and find out season.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Season, man.
All facets of life.
F around and found out.
FAFO. FAFO.
For sure. Yeah. Are we gonna put that on a shirt for the show? I think we should.
That's the same as that Caitlin Clark dynamic. You know, they want to make the WNBA great again. And apparently whoever was out there in the audience wanted to make the MLB great again too. So I mean, if we're gonna take it all the way there, somebody had to find out and somebody got banned. On the flip side of it, a fan will never, I don't think, ultimately represent a player. And I think there needs to be a differentiation. So we got these keyboard warriors out here doing what they do. And then we got these people out in audiences. And you see, there are many videos of people getting straight chin checked at these games, wilding out like Nick Cannon.
It'd be beautiful.
Hey, you say make America great again. I say, we are not our ancestors.
I didn't say America. I said make the WNBA great again. So you took it all the way there. I didn't. You got to listen for comprehension.
No. That's not.
I just had to slide that in there. You know what I'm saying?
I'll just take it there. I'll claim that we are not our ancestors
at all.
No.
But I agree with Miko. It's Trump's fault. Trump started all this BS. Yeah, I agree.
All he said was make and blank and great again.
That's all you got to do.
I mean, yeah.
It's all implied, but we just finished it all.
Y'all was taking the implication and saying if you didn't get it from the implication, what he said is same thing that happened 8 years ago is happening again. Because dear God, 8 years ago, it's like it's doubled now. It's like y'all really don't care. Anyway, that's my word. That's Miko's word. That's all our word.
$25 fine.
$25 fines. It sounds beautiful. But let's get into it. Let's talk about the NBA season, the 2024-2025 NBA season. You can wrap that thing up in a bow. It's done. And in 7 games, in what I will admit was a very entertaining series.
It was.
I will eat my words. I did not. I'm pretty sure on the show, I said I didn't think it was going to be that entertaining. Boy, was I wrong. But in a very entertaining 7-game series, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen Williams did what James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kevin Durant were unable to do. And that is finish out a 7-game series and win. Because remember, they took it to 7 games in 16 in the conference final, but lost. But these young Thundercats, all puns intended, went ahead and did what they had to do for the city. They did it for Oklahoma City. Hell, they did it for Seattle too. Because there was someone in the stands at Game 7 in a Seattle KD jersey, just taking it all in. He was like, "Man, I fought for this." He was there. If I could equivalent it, I sound like KG right now. If I could equivalent it, it's like when the Rams finally won after all those years.
It's like a what? It's like equivalent what?
If I could equivalent it to us being when the Rams finally won theirs after they went from St. Louis back to LA. It's like I took part of that win too, because there was some St. Louis Rams on that team. I took part of that win. So I stand And I feel how that Seattle fan was feeling. He took part of that too. He fought for this. They took his team, went somewhere else, and he had to watch them win. So he took part of that with him. Just like I took part of the Rams win with me. So congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder, your 2024-2025 NBA champions. I want to give a well-deserved shout out, a well-deserved acknowledgement of respect right now to Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
When I saw him try to take off, and before they even came out with the announcement, when I saw it in slow-mo, zoomed in a bit,
Separate.
You saw it.
You saw
shoot
it.
all the way up.
Dang.
And it immediately took me back to Kevin Durant in Golden State when they were going against Toronto, how he stepped and it snapped. And it's just, you couldn't help but feel for him. Because he's so young. This is like what, his third or fourth year in the league? Something like that. Maybe more than that. But he's still so young. He had a hell of a playoff just in its entirety, from the first round to the finals. He had an amazing run. I applaud him for playing through the calf strain. 5 seasons. I applaud him for attempting to play through the calf strain. Whole time I was telling myself, because that's exactly how it happened with KD. It was a calf strain. And then, boom, Achilles tendon tore. I was hoping that wouldn't happen. I was like, I understand you're playing. It's game 7. Everyone is saying don't play, but it's game 7. You don't get a game after this.
He did hyperextend his heel on that very play, because I knew, when he made that huge step back like that and he lunged forward, he planted his heel, and you really need to lift your heel. And his heel was flat, and he pushed off of a flat heel, basically hyperextended through that lunge. And I mean, the rest is history, right?
Yep. It's just watching the emotion on his face.
It was a different result, but it kind of reminded me of Odell Beckham in the Super Bowl, man.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, he balled out. Big reason that the Rams got all the way to the Super Bowl. Had a great touchdown. And then in the quarter, like, he just blew out his knee, man. And that's what it kind of reminded me of. But it's, again, a different result. Tragic result. Didn't even get, a chance to even fight to get the win. And especially with him, I think he made game-winning shots in all 4 series. Back from behind. And just what could have been, especially coming down the stretch in the fourth quarter of game 7, what could have been if Tyrese was in the game?
Because they got it down to 12 points at one point. It was at 20-something. They got it down to 12.
Him to kind of like give you that boost, and it probably would have been a different story, man.
Like, that's gonna be a big what if for a while.
Yeah,
until he can come back, which is probably gonna be a couple seasons before.
Yeah, he won't play none next year.
Yeah, no, he ain't playing next year at all. Like, scrap it. But like Miss Jayonce said, Mrs. Smoooth, heart broke for him when I saw that, because you'll never, you can't, there's no consolation you can give a player in that moment with the severity of this game in this series. Shout out to SGA for going to speak with him. Not even after it happened, but even after the game. I wouldn't have went in there with my championship stuff on. I just would have been like, street clothes. That would have hurt me a little bit. Be like, hey, you won and you coming to see me. I appreciate you. You don't have to come in the shirt. I mean, dang. But, he went to check on him. Tyrese Halliburton also, I don't know if you guys, well, it's been seen everywhere now. He was in the tunnel
Yeah.
When everybody was coming back in.
Yeah.
Greeting everybody. He could have been in the trainer's room, towels over his head, like what we see in all these movies when you injured and you just low down in the dumps. No, even in what is right now the worst time in his career, he still embodied that we, not me mentality. That boy is special. And for everybody who said that boy was overrated, no. He did exactly what you are to do in the NBA. You show up, you put the team on your back when you need to, and you get it done. Up until the injury. So, hell of a season. I can't wait to see him back.
Just overall.
My question is this. Is he going to have a KD comeback, or is it going to be a Anthony Hardaway, Grant Hill comeback? His game with speed. So, and none of those players outside of KD really had the slickness of speed. I'm going to call it slickness of speed because none of them is really fast.
Yeah.
But is he going to have the KD comeback or the Hardaway, Grant Hill comeback?
Man, you talking about KD a shooter.
He is.
Anywhere. He's a triple threat.
But he still has the get to the hoop game.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I like Tyrese Halliburton. I really do. But I can't say that he'll have a comeback like KD. I can't say that. More so, he might have one like Hardaway did, or he might have one like Grant Hill. I think he might have more so one like Grant Hill did instead of Anthony Hart.
That's a question. That is a good question. Sadar, what do you think? Will he come back close to? I mean, he's not going to be the same. No one has ever come back from their Achilles the same. Even Kobe. Even Kobe didn't come back from his Achilles the same.
I think with any injury, his game will evolve. That I think that will happen. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you pivot and you just play a different style of game. Maybe it's not so much speed. Maybe it's just so much just getting to your spot on the court and being more cerebral and having more of a shooting, more of a pure shooting style of game. I don't know.
As many points he was putting up, he was also dishing out helpers too. He was putting up a nice number of assists.
Before cerebral.
I don't know his injury history. I don't know what type of injuries he's had in the past.
I think this is the first major.
And
this is the first one. Yeah, this is the first major one.
It's only his fifth year in the league, and I don't know how old he is either, but I know he's a young player. He's a young dude. And with the technology right now, I think he'll probably come back. I think he'll do better than KD as being health wise. He'll be better from a health aspect than KD, Hardaway, and Grant. I think with the technology today, I think his surgery is going to be a lot more, better than all their surgeries. And I think he's going to come back more like his former self than those other stars came back of their former selves after this injury. But he's young. He's young. So I think, if it doesn't happen again, that's the question, because I know Grant Hill had multiple injuries after that, and KD had a couple. I don't know about Anthony Hardaway, but I know Anthony Hardaway, out of all of them, Anthony Hardaway was not the same player after his injury. More so, not like KD and Grant Hill. I know Anthony Hardaway, his game just totally fell off after his injury. He was not that same explosive guy that he was at first when he was with Shaq at first. But I just think maybe, I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right. He probably won't be as explosive, but I think he'll be a lot better than those other superstars y'all mentioned.
He said with today's technology, as if KD's Achilles happened in the 90s. That was 6 years ago.
That's for sure.
He's gonna be a 10-5-5 player after this. I'm gonna just let y'all down right now. He's gonna be a 10-5-5.
Nah.
He's 6'5", 185.
10-5-5.
He's gonna be a 10-5-5.
You know what? I might agree with that though.
I give him more than 10. I give him at least 15.
Assists. I give him more than 5 assists. Like we were saying, if he gets cerebral, he's gonna start dishing the ball out more.
What was he?
He's not gonna have that athleticism. He's gonna have to start setting everybody else up. At least in the first 1 or 2 seasons after he comes back, because best believe mentally, it's gonna take him longer than him stepping on that court to really get back to what we see. At least mentally, the performance ain't gonna be there, but to adapt and turn it into something, like to recreate and make it work, he's got 2 years, at least this next season, to sit there and just figure out what am I about to do.
Well, 10 points may be correct because he only averaged 17 this year. I didn't know his average was that low. I thought he averaged like 20.
No,
His entire collegiate and high school career, he has never been over 22.9, I believe. So with his physical stature, his ability in the league, he's a 10-5-5 unless he comes back a killer. So big prayers to the man. Hopefully you come back a killer because you're gonna need it.
Well, maybe with his injury, his scoring may go down, but maybe his assists may go up. I mean, he's not gonna be that explosive dude. He was averaging 8.6 assists per game. So maybe those assists, if he comes back healthy, maybe those assists will go up and he doesn't have to be that scorer. He'll be that true point guard. Maybe those assists go up.
Yeah, they play team basketball.
That's the
if
thing.
you look at the finals as a whole,
That's team ball.
It was all team ball. It was nobody being the man. It was not the man finals.
That's how Siakam stepped up in a way. But like you were saying, everyone had over 15 points.
Everybody had
averaging.
They had their share, and they had a contribution to these finals. He just won't. Okay, tonight we gonna work on this. This the SGA show.
If you look at it, the finals were a perfect matchup. 2 team ball oriented teams. It's just one is more. They're more. It's like they got it. I don't know how to describe it. It's just OKC, that chemistry there is different.
I mean,
that's different. I ain't seen the chemistry like that on the team.
You did see it. It then already ran its cycle, and they've broken it up now. Golden State was like that. They got him when they were young. FGA not that old.
I'm talking
Chet
like
not that
every
old.
aspect. It's like they are. That. No, I'm saying they're a unit everywhere. Like even down to post games, they're a unit. It's just one interviewed over there, and the only time they'll run up is to douse you with water. No, they're there. That is they damn near fraternity. Like
I agree a little bit with that because in every facet of their game, it's about team. Defense, the post game is about team. This is about team. Golden State, yes, they did assemble young, but it was mostly offense. It was mostly offense and pure shooters. But with with the Pacers as well, man, it was just they showed something that is rare in the league, especially I'm talking about the Pacers. They show that can't be denied attitude. Especially on defense. Like, look, we're gonna come back in the game, whether you like it or not. We down by 20, yeah. For now, they're gonna come back, and a lot of teams really haven't shown that. Especially that's been the biggest criticism with a lot of the game in the NBA this year is that players really don't really care about winning. They're uninterested. But the Pacers showed that they can't be denied. I don't care what the situation is. They're always in the game.
That's good.
Real quick question from Miss Dub, and then I'm gonna come back over to Rio. Do you think OKC will be able to keep their key players? Sometimes players use a championship to move to other teams. I believe they will be able to keep this unit, and that'll be a further testament to this unity that they have.
What's his name?
I feel like there will be
Pressy. That's his name. Right?
There have been players in the past that have taken pay cuts. Like stars have taken pay cuts to ensure that other players stay. I think we'll see a lot of that in OKC.
They don't want to have another Harden situation, Russell situation, because they didn't keep them together long enough to do anything. They found themselves after they left OKC. If you think about it, Russell Westbrook didn't fully become Russell Westbrook until they broke that up. Harden definitely was not Harden back then. Thank God he grew out the beard because the boy was ugly. And then you don't remember that picture? Y'all should bring that up.
I remember.
Listen, okay, so
he not lying.
But the major thing is they keep them together. I think that the challenge is not going to come from the Pacers next year.
Hey, Stanton, I believe you have some breaking news you need to talk about, sir. We want to drop that breaking news that just came through from our illustrious producer, Mr. Smoooth Productions. Can we hit that breaking news?
Can we get it back up on the? It's your team.
I see that. See you see the hate. Do y'all see that? I'm glad y'all witnessed that. I'm glad everybody got a chance to witness. Hey, Miko, you can see the real hate. Miko, you see it, Miko. You see that. You see that.
Hey,
Cooper Flag. He's like, we got breaking news. Cooper Flag, the number one pick. Come to my Wizards. Be like, hey, you know what? You go ahead and do it. It's your team. Craig. It's your raggedy ass team. Go ahead and do it.
I ain't said nobody else.
Hey, Miko, man, this is the disrespect that I've been getting since day one, man. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. All right.
Craig, I haven't said any other pick other than the first one.
Oh, man. Breaking news. With
people
the sixth
really
pick
only focus on
in
the
NBA 2025 draft, the Washington Wizards pick guard Trey Johnson out of Texas. 6'5", 190 pounds, man. Let's go. We're going to the finals this year, baby. Finals for my Wizards, baby. Finals for my Wizards.
I'm not gonna lie, the boy can play.
Wow.
That boy, because we got CJ McCollum, Jerry Smart, and that other guy, and this guy. We going to the finals. I wish you the best, Craig. 82 games got to get played, brother. And then 16 more after that. I wish you the best for all 98.
I tell you, boy, no love, all hate.
Motherfucker, the best for us, and I can't catch a break. You know what? Work some magic. Y'all don't need all the magic you can get. I was trying to be nice. Y'all got Detroit cool. Good for you. Y'all picked up 3 J McCollum, Jerry Smart, and some other guy. I can't remember who the other guy is. Who is Jerry Smart? Jerry Smart. My point. Finals coming though. I got you. Wizards in 8.
Hey, Miko, man, welcome to the show, Miko. Welcome to the show, man.
Wizards in 8, brother. It's like, I don't know what to do. What do you want me to say? Yay, Wizards. Like, best of luck to you, and it's hating. Jesus.
I like this topic.
He's not. But coming up next, we're going to talk about a player who has recently finished the rainbow jersey collection. He's got a jersey in every color of the rainbow now with this latest move. But as you can see, Washington's own Kevin Durant is now a member of the Houston Rockets. Since I've been hating, y'all own hometown boy don't want to come back home. That's crazy. Since I'm hating, let's talk about it. Every time that a list of teams comes out for him to go, he'll never want to go back home. He could be the great hope. He could make DC greater than they think they are again.
Now he's smoking.
Wow.
Now he's smoking. First he was hating, and now he's smoking. KD can't do nothing to DC. DC
I
is
know that,
doomed.
brother, But you think Trey Johnson can? Okay. If KD can't, the rookie can't. All right, brother. Finals. All right. But yeah, Kevin Durant has been traded again. This time he found out live on stage with who I assume to be his secret girlfriend, Taylor. I think they dated. I ain't got no intel, but I think him and Taylor Rooks is dating.
Oh my goodness. Taylor Rooks? Ain't bad choice.
It's not.
It ain't bad.
But you know, they always together. Anyway, whenever that comes out, I'll act shocked. But he's been traded again, this time to the Rockets. I believe they got rid of Dylan Brooks. So he's out of there.
That was part of the deal.
So he's a journeyman again. I believe it was what, 2 or 3 teams?
Yeah, 3 teams.
It was a multi-team trade where Kevin Durant ended up on the Rockets. Now, after he has now gotten the red jersey, he had the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the indigo, and the violet. Multiple of those happened in Phoenix. Is KD the most traded superstar ever?
CP3 hasn't beat.
Yes,
I mean, I think they actually wore almost all the same jerseys, right? Them the Neapolitan brothers. As much ice cream they get.
If it's Neapolitan, you need 3. Throw Shaq in there too. Shaq did it first. Shaq had the rainbow collection before everybody. Honestly,
Shaq never got traded, bruh. Shaq went to his own squads on his. Correct. You mean to tell me the most MDE got traded? Hell no.
Tell me Shaquille O'Neal selected to go to the Celtics? Please tell me that ain't true. Because it's so I lost a little respect just now. I mean, because what happened with that?
Wasn't he 480 pounds when he was on the Celtics?
I don't care how much you weigh. I don't care if I lost 4 toes. I, as a Laker, after winning 3,
was that's free agent?
He never got traded. The deal to LA, that won't a
what?
That won't a
3 what? What is that? 3 times. 3 times who? 3 times who got traded?
Oh.
What were you saying, Miko?
3?
Okay.
3 times?
Okay.
Not once.
Okay.
Not twice. But thrice. What were you saying? The what? The MBE?
3 times is a lot different than like 80 times. Okay.
The MBE, who also has had major injuries.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
How you forget about the? That was the beef that Shaq made, and then Andrew Bynum reciprocated.
Correct. From the Lakers to the Heat.
Yes.
Right.
Heat to the Sun.
Right.
And the Sun to the.
So he played for 6 teams, only got traded 3 times.
Right.
Shaq.
So he's not even nowhere in the discussion. He's nowhere near being traded 11 times.
He might
like KD.
I think he's saying what he said. What Miko said is might be right though, Stan. CP3 has a lot of.
CP3. Right up there.
That was my choice.
But is CP3 a superstar?
You asking it? Wow.
You know what? I'm gonna let.
Wow.
Yeah.
You like the NBA?
I don't
I'm asking it. Is he a superstar?
I'll talk bad about you, but I'm gonna have to let you do your own research on that one, partner.
So we're saying CP3 is a superstar.
You better go to the biblical scripture.
Man, you better look this man up.
So we got to define what a superstar is. Tell me what a superstar is.
Okay, no, hold on. You got 10 points.
Superstar is then. Please explain to me.
He's right there.
He's been traded 4 times. Him and Shaq is separated by 1. How many times was KD been traded? I think this is.
It's still more times than Shaq. So I stand by my statement.
I think more so he been wanting.
And CP3.
Yeah, those trades are a result of him wanting to leave.
But he's been wanting out of every situation that he's
in. That's him. You know, that's him and his feelings.
To me, that's how.
Which he has a history of being. That's why you didn't mention him in that.
Who?
KD. Remember when you were saying?
Do you have to have a ring to be a superstar?
No, because he brought up Chris Paul.
No.
Yeah.
So what's the definition of a superstar? I'm trying to. I'm asking, fellas. What's the definition?
Watch it. Okay, Craig. I'm gonna throw this at you real quick. You said, do you have to have a ring to be a superstar? No,
I'm asking a question. Yes, I'm asking.
I don't think you do.
Kevin Durant trade.
I don't think you.
So what qualifies you as being a superstar? That's my question.
Man, we don't have time for that.
What you?
Kevin
What?
Durant has been
I don't
traded.
think, I mean, that's a
Hold on.
topic.
We
I
gonna
don't-
say
Hold on, real quick,
we gonna
real
say
quick.
he's a superstar, but we ain't gonna put a definition behind what the hell a superstar is. Come on now.
Real quick.
CP3 is paid for 6 teams. How many times has he been to the NBA Finals?
He is the most traded player. Well,
How many times has he been to the
CP3
NBA
is all
Finals?
NBA multiple times. NBA all defensive team more than 3 times. Rookie of the year.
How many times has he been to the
MVP
NBA
award.
Finals?
I think his status speaks for itself. He was the MVP of the league first and foremost. Now, when you talk about KD, how many times has he been MVP? Once. Okay. So
thanks to his mom.
So KD
got a ring.
KD and CP3 are in the same class. Okay. Now, if you gonna talk about is there 10 players better than CP3 all time at his position? Same thing with KD. You have 10. I doubt it.
Okay.
They are both superstar players.
I hate to break it to you, but you just said CP3 was an MVP. Did you say that?
Yes, he was.
No, he was not.
My bad.
No, he was not. So I'm trying to. I'm going back to this because CP3 was a great player, but when you say superstar, I don't think he even have made it to the NBA Finals one time. He's been a great point guard. I'm not calling him a superstar. I can't give that to him because guess what? He ain't got a ring or MVP. You know who got an MVP? James Harden got an MVP, y'all. So is he a superstar? Come on now,
he has been a superstar in many of his years, right? But you can get washed. You can get washed. You can get old.
As the MVP, is he a
Shaq was
superstar?
washed in Cleveland. Does that make him not a superstar?
I'm trying to get the definition behind superstar here. I'm trying to get. We got to gauge. We got to put a gauge on this thing. We just can't just call anybody a superstar. Hell, I can call Stephen a superstar. What the hell? We know he ain't no damn superstar. What the hell?
You damn right. Yeah.
I mean, you're asking
the question, bro.
You're asking the question of the definition of a superstar. What is your definition of a superstar? Since you're so intrigued,
having rings.
You're so intrigued about.
I would say my definition of a superstar. My definition.
Damn, you took one of mine. I got another.
That's his superstar.
What's his definition of a superstar? Adam Morrison.
Yeah, that's Big Shot Rob, man.
Adam Morrison.
Yeah. My definition of superstar is somebody that actually
People's never all of them.
Come on,
change some landscape of the game, man. Somebody that has some type of some impact on the game from being an MVP to a champion to like changing the landscape. Somebody that has some type of legacy in a city. Somebody that's I don't know. I don't know for real. I was really asking the question, but you know, and I just disputed your CP3 thing. So I don't know. I can't give a straight definition, but I thought, you know, since the topic came up, that somebody would know the definition of a superstar.
Let me ask you this. Craig, real quick.
Is it because he ain't go to the Wizards?
Did you see the list of the top 75 greatest players?
Say it again.
Did you ever see the list of the top 75 greatest players?
Yeah, I think I did. Did he make that list?
Yeah,
he did.
You don't like Chris Paul.
So in total,
I have nothing wrong with Chris Paul. Y'all trying to make this thing a Chris Paul thing. I'm just trying to understand the definition of a superstar. And you know, y'all putting Chris Paul out there like he's I don't know, man.
I mean, I don't claim to know anything about basketball, but
I don't think you're a superstar.
I don't think
What you say, Sadal? I didn't hear you. What you say?
I said I don't claim to know anything about basketball. But I don't think you're Mr. Craig yet.
You're right. But what I'm saying, to me, I like what you said, Craig. The humanitarian part, that's doing stuff in the city outside of playing basketball. I get all of that.
Definitely in the world.
I respect all of that. But you got a lot of players that have done that and don't have championships.
Bradley Bill. I hate to do it.
They give back to the community, and to me, are superstars. Carmelo Anthony is the top 75 player, don't have a ring, and has given back to his community. Has a charitable foundation.
Well, by Craig's standards, he identifies him as a superstar because he changed the landscape where he went. He changed it in Denver, changed it in New York. They ain't win nothing. But by him, he said they make an impact. They change. So by him, he'll agree with you. He'll say Carmelo is a superstar off of his criteria.
Video.
Oh, well, we have a video here from our amazing producer.
Let's see. We're going to the video evidence.
A person who can go on the road and sell the building.
There we go. It's a simple definition.
Simple. I'm going to see that person, right?
So you ain't talking skill on the court. That's it. You talk about
draw.
box office.
Yeah, you got to be
Magic's in town. You're going to the game.
Yeah, a superstar got to say, man, or you running home from the office and saying, oh, I got to see him on TV, right? And that's what Larry Bird, people running home, right? Charles Barkley, people running home. Shaq, people running home. Kobe, people running home. And then, of course, the greatest that's ever played, Michael Jordan, people going running home to see him, or they're trying their best to get into the arena to see that brother play. That's a superstar.
Spoken by the OG superstars of the NBA.
Now I agree 100% with Mr. Magic Johnson. He is one of the owners of the Commanders. But anyway, yeah, I agree with this dude, man. That's the definition of a superstar. And what he said, everything that he said, Chris Paul did not do in his career. I'm just being real. When he was playing for LA, I think the Clippers, you had to have Chris Paul and Blake Griffin together for the Lob City. And you had the dude, I think the other big man, I think
DeAndre Jordan. How dare
DeAndre Jordan. You know what I'm saying? You had to have them as a package. He wasn't selling him. It wasn't him by himself selling out the arenas. It was the package deal. The players we're talking about, what Magic was talking about, was selling out arenas by themselves. They were must-see TV. I guess that's what a superstar is. I mean, I don't know.
So who you coming to see? When he got drafted, he was a New Orleans Hornet. So who you coming to see?
I don't know who.
It don't take that damn long.
I don't think nobody was going to see New Orleans Hornets, man. I don't think they ever sold out a game. So does that even count? I mean, come on, let's be real. Did they sell the game?
I think it does.
It counts when they went to the playoffs multiple times.
I think it does.
Nah, he point guard efficient because he would also say that Stephon Marbury was never a superstar. That John Stockton was never a superstar. No, I'm just saying. Because when you take CP3, you know what I'm saying? Like that's that mode. Because the only superstar point guard that ever was that in that regard that you could put him on a team with a bunch of fifth graders is Allen Iverson. Okay, like if we gonna take it all the way there, that's the super duper star. That's like
that is the
top of the 1%. Okay, he is the answer. So the reality is from the definition of superstar is that he's point guard deficient. He gonna ignore one position. Our thing is 2 through 5.
Hold on. Oh, what
the hell? What? He's alive. He said,
see, this is like when Stone Cold would just bust out from the back and the glass would shatter down.
It come out of nowhere.
You know, I gotta say, first time, long time, fellas. I would just like to say, Craig, when did you learn how to cut such a promo? I mean, jeez. I heard this superstar debate, and I heard Craig just say to a bunch of people some comments where I said, man, Craig done took some promo classes or something, because I'm inspired. But I will say, Chris Park, Miss Dub, good to see you too. And for everybody who's been wondering, I am still alive. I'm here, making a special appearance. Won't be for long, but I'm here. Anyway,
welcome back, T-Bone.
my definition of a superstar, by the way, is someone who people come to buy tickets to see, and who the general public who does not watch basketball would absolutely know just from hearing their name, which I believe pretty much everybody you all named, like Chris Paul, would definitely fall into that category.
Like he's Mr. State Farm. Before Black Jake, it was Chris and Cliff. Superstar status. You don't get a commercial
by the way, to also include him as a superstar, remember, he wasn't able to be traded to the Lakers for a reason. Just putting it out there.
Boom. Boom. You don't block a nobody from going to a team. You don't block a nobody, Craig. Can't all your argument. If they block you from playing with Kobe Bryant, you gotta be somebody.
He wasn't the only one that got blocked. They blocked AI from going to the Lakers too.
David,
so that's another.
Only thing I'm gonna say to that is that may be so, but I just didn't hear Magic Johnson mention no Cliff Paul, Chris Paul, Rue Paul, any type of Paul in this last whole thing. Okay, I didn't hear Jake Paul or whatever Paul. I didn't hear Magic Johnson mention no CP3. But
what about a Saint Paul from one of the Chinese restaurants?
Oh yeah, I got to get back to St. Louis. I ain't had a Saint Paul in a long time.
I can't do the pickle.
Hey, but I just know. I don't know. He wasn't that main event. I'll go your way, T-Bone. He wasn't headlining WrestleMania. How about that? He wasn't.
He was high on the card.
He was high on the card, but he wasn't headlining that joint. He was never in the main event. He was never doing that. He was never even the opening act. Because y'all schooled me to that. Y'all schooled me that because I asked you, T-Bone, why did they put this match first? He was like, that's what they do now. He was never even the opening act on WrestleMania. Come on now, man. I'm just calling it like it is. I'm not saying that Chris Paul was a bad player. I'm just saying he just didn't have that it factor that you can give to a LeBron, Steph Curry, Allen Iverson, or who else is.
But let me ask you this: what would you rate your level of watching basketball though, on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being least, 10 being most.
20.
All right, see, that's the point. Because you are a huge basketball fan, you're not going to necessarily get who the superstar is or not, because you're looking at it from a skill perspective, and you're looking at because I'm not someone who watches basketball on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. I'll tune in, I may tune in to see key games and stuff like that, and I can tell you for a period of time, Chris Paul would have been one of those guys that was hyped up so much that he would have been one of those people that I would have tuned in to watch.
So you're telling me right now, if you're not an average fan, you weren't an average fan, that you was like, hey, I gotta go home and catch Chris Paul tonight on the 2. Man, stop it. Stop it, man. Stop it.
That's how it works.
Stop it. You was not going home to see you weren't saying, hey, you know what? I think Chris Paul plays tonight. Let's go see. Ain't nobody in the history of the NBA ever said that I'm going to run and see Chris Paul, man. Come on, man. Stop playing.
Craig,
y'all really playing games right now. He's not no LeBron James, man.
He's so good.
Running home to see, unless you lived in LA, unless you lived in the city that he played in, you wasn't running home. You wasn't coming home like, let's see.
The Hornets
Chris Paul on the night. Let's go see Chris. You wasn't doing that, man. Stop.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: on those video games that they were also selling, do you think that there was a lot of people who was playing as Chris Paul?
No. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't a gamer either, so I don't know. I wasn't a gamer. I ain't played the game, so I
you know what, Craig? I'll do it like this: if you can name a non-NBA superstar that made the NBA 75, then I will tell you Chris Paul is not an NBA superstar. If you can name one. If you can name one of those 75 players that did not make, mold, or change the game, superstar status, I'll give one out of all 75. Matter of fact,
hold on. Did Scrubs appear in NBA Jam? NBA Jam, it has 2 players. Hold on. NBA Jam gives you 2 players a team. Hold on.
Gary Payton.
That's my point. Chris Paul.
I know he ain't said what I think he just said. Who did you just say?
I said Gary Payton, man. You asked Chris?
Gary Payton.
Okay. That's how you know he hates point
He was not a superstar. What are you talking about?
All right, we moving on.
Laylock on the game. Don't consider that
4 trades. He beats out KD and Shaq. So he beats him out by 1.
This man said Gary Payton is not a superstar.
This man, the glove?
He is wearing a white shirt because he was back there before this came up. Because he's
before we had the Kawhi, we had the glove.
This man is.
Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive!
He is not coaching at the high school level right now. And you're talking about,
and he coaching Big 3 too. Or did he get that up?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I thought I saw him on the sideline one year.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna make you feel good real fast. So that guy that went number 5 in DC, he a superstar, right?
Who number 5?
Number 5 in DC. You talking about football? You talking about
Yeah, he a superstar.
Yeah, he's a must-see TV. That's what he did. He is the definition of what Magic Johnson just said. Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
If it's putting ass in seats, that's what he is.
Okay.
That's just what he is.
So
by himself. He could run around on that field without an offensive line down the field. He's like a god right now in the city. But go ahead.
So is Shador a superstar, or he just, or is it just from his name?
I don't think he's a superstar. Nah, not yet.
He
has to get on. He has to get on that field and play. He has to show something. You can't give nobody no superstar status while playing the game man. You can't do that.
All I'm saying is, doesn't he have the number 1 selling rookie jersey right now?
Yes, he does.
As a 5th round draft pick.
Yes, he does.
And
I don't care what he got. He can't have no superstar status if he ain't played the game yet.
No. Based off of what Magic said, and based off of what you agree with, Shador is a star. He's number 1 in jersey sales for rookies. He finna put butts in seats for Cleveland games. More than Baker Mayfield, more than Deshaun Watson, more than Joe
I caught you in a catch-22. I knew I was gonna get your ass. I got you.
Pause, brother. Pause.
Wow.
I got you. Jeez. And you can find one more arms for me, Sue. Boom.
And he's drinking.
Wow.
That's the Red Bull. That's a Red Bull. That's a Red Bull. We ain't got to look at my cup this time. You might. Okay. What's in your cup?
So the whole time I was letting you talk, I was sitting over here thinking, I said, I'm gonna get Craig. I got something for him.
I don't agree. I don't agree with Shador Sanders as a superstar. How you gonna tell you superstar he ain't played a game? Come on, man.
Because he hasn't played.
Wait. I got a question.
Y'all going?
Was LeBron a superstar when he was?
That's exactly what I was doing. That's exactly what I was doing.
Before he played the game, you gave LeBron the superstar before he played the game. Y'all saying so his high school career?
Yes.
His high school career, he was a superstar before he played the game. So what you're saying is you can be a superstar before you play the game.
Yes, this man was the chosen one for a reason.
Chosen one.
High school game on ESPN.
They knew they were going to build the next 20 years.
He was selling out all the high school. You were right. He was top. He was above everything.
And he was a cash cow when he got there.
Pivot. The Browns owner, who's a billionaire, said pull the trigger because they wasn't gonna draft him. So, in his eyes, also.
So if the billionaire realizes that Shador is the star, he realizes he's gonna get probably another billion.
That's all they're gonna do is sell tickets. They ain't gonna win games. They're gonna sell tickets though.
So
they ain't gonna win, but they gonna win in the box office. That's about it.
So what Matt said, over the names we just stated, plus what T-Bone said, because I was getting ready to say that. That makes LeBron a superstar.
Yeah.
And that makes Shador a superstar.
Yeah.
Because they gonna fill seats.
But does it make CP3 a superstar?
Yes. CP3 was a superstar. He filled seats when he got to the New Orleans Hornets. He was the franchise player.
You struggled so hard to try to diffuse this superstar conversation that the only person you can come up with
CP3 is not a superstar. I didn't have to diffuse it. It is what it is. CP3 is not a superstar.
He's not right now.
I have to
He's not right
nothing.
Now.
He was never a superstar.
Never?
What do you
mean?
He was never ever. I'll say it again for you. Never ever a superstar. If you didn't have
someone's getting a little scrappy here. All right.
He would have never been there. It would have been no must-see TV.
Mario has a question.
So let me say this. T-Bone,
he had to have Blake Griffin with him. He wasn't a superstar, man.
Give me an opinion.
You wrong. Just be quiet.
He said he don't watch basketball a lot. Don't superstars play in all-star games, or are these just regular average Joe?
So every superstar, every all-star player is a superstar. Is that what you're saying, Mario? Rio?
Well, if you're a multiple, that would
hold on. No. The man just said, "Are you?"
I said, don't superstars play in the all-star game? Aren't the superstars voted?
They are voted, but you do have super players in the all-star game that are not voted in. They actually just
so he wasn't voted in. Is that what you're saying, Craig? Are you saying that he wasn't voted in?
No, what he's trying to say, every NBA all-star.
That's not what he said. That's the argument. Wait a minute.
So you have a lot of NBA players. Hold on. You have a lot of NBA players that make the all-star game that have not made it one time in their career. Do you calling them a superstar?
Hey, let me depose the witness.
Go to the coach. He's been drinking that water over there.
Let me depose the witness.
No, that was my point. You messed it up.
Go ahead. What's your point?
Dang it. Hey, look. Okay, do 10 plus all-star appearances make you a superstar? Because at that point, five is like, okay, you getting somewhere. 7 is like, oh, okay. 8's like, okay, we got some longevity. 10's like,
you done made it.
You heard. Like, are you going anywhere? 10 plus? You telling me 10 plus is not a superstar?
So
you telling me, hold on. 10 plus is not a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
All NBA first team, not a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Olympic champion, not a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga, excuse me, he made. Sorry. Okay. He made. Yao Ming. Nobody knew who he was except for China.
Yeah.
CP3 made Yao Ming. Without Yao, you get no. Without CP3, you get no Yao. No Yao. Like none. None.
Correct.
After Kenyon Martin.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you didn't go there, did you?
Listen. After CP3 was gone, who was he? Anybody?
No.
Anybody know who he was? No. After he left DeAndre Jordan, I'm sorry, he could dunk. He was vicious. Did anybody know who he was after CP3? No, hold on. No, stop. See, look. Superstars make people better. Okay? So look. So then he go to the Suns. Okay? And before he came to the Suns, what did they lack? They couldn't pass the ball.
Nope.
They couldn't pass the kidney stone. Okay? So you plug in the dude who can make it happen to do what? To make teams. Why? Because they play like a bunch of kindergartners. They don't know where to put the ball. They much less get it to the hole. Why? Because they didn't have CP freaking 3, 12-time All-Star, world champion, all NBA player, and you trying to tell me he's not a superstar, bro? If you are over 1 to 10 scale loving the NBA, I don't know what to tell you. You talking about 20 and you not putting CP3 out there. You smoking. I don't know what it is you smoking, but you ain't making the NBA great again.
Hey, Craig.
From 2000. Hold on. Let me say what I'm gonna say now. Now, see his whole soliloquy that he just ran down. He mentioned other players. I don't know if you heard everything he just said. He had to mention another player alongside CP3. He did not mention CP3 by himself because you know why? He's not a damn superstar. So, but you know, you can keep saying all you want to say. You can run it up, you can run it down, you can run it sideways, backwards. But CP3, like I said before, is just as much of a superstar as Stanton is. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. All right, and I'm not putting the gauge about who's a superstar or not. I asked the question. That's all I did. So it is what it is. Y'all can go back and forth, but you keep throwing people in there with him. He got to have somebody beside him.
So your answer.
LeBron can stand alone. Steph Curry can stand alone. Mike Jordan can stand alone. Magic Johnson can stand alone. Everybody can stand alone except for CP3. He got to have like 3 or 4 or 5 people alongside him.
Did you just say Michael Jordan stood alone?
When did LeBron stand alone?
When did Mike stand
From
alone?
a superstar status, they were coming to see Mike, LeBron, Steph. That's what they were coming to see. They were coming to see that name. That's what a superstar is.
When Magic Johnson played, did they come to see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
They came to see Magic Johnson. It was the Lake Show. It turned into Showtime because of who? Kareem or Magic?
It was both.
But hey, I'm just saying what it is, y'all.
It was all of them.
I know y'all got a love affair with CP3 and everything, but it is. Hey,
it was called the Late Show.
I hate to break it down to you. Your boy is not a superstar, man. Hey, it is. I don't know.
Real quick, I just want to break it down in a way that Craig can understand because he didn't understand it the first time. What Nico was saying is that if it were not for Chris Paul, those players that he named
would not be
relevant.
They would not be relevant.
Imagine a New Orleans Hornets team without Chris Paul. You can yawn all you want, brother. You know.
Oh, my bad. He put it back on me. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yes, absolutely. If he made it to the DMV, you would have called him a superstar at that point. You sure would have. Because you didn't have him. That's all.
Man.
That haterade.
I didn't know y'all was some CP3 fans like that. Hey, Lord. I touched the Chris Paul nerve. I didn't know.
You know, in DC, they typically just shoot people to the top. You know what I mean? You know, shoot people to the top.
That's why. What does DC have to do with this?
Watching bullets.
Bang bang.
Bang bang. Hey, Craig,
that documentary on Netflix. Y'all need to watch Shooting Guards. That's a good one, man. That's a real good one too, boy.
I heard about that one. It's good.
Yeah, Gilbert Arenas. That's a good one. That's that bang bang.
He's doing this here. Since we're talking about shooting, bang bang. Niners lost that thing. Okay, I'm sorry. It's only because he's here.
I mean,
speaking of the
Niners,
don't
hurt no more. It don't hurt no more.
He said I'm dead inside.
I'm 2 surgeries later. I ain't. Come on now.
That man ain't dead. He said nerve endings.
It don't hurt no more.
It don't hurt no more. Nerve endings is gone.
Calloused.
Speaking of the Niners, as you all know, the NFL season is coming up. Just a couple of months.
11 weeks. But counting.
Weeks, preseason and the Hall of Fame game and all that stuff. It's coming up. So we saw how last year played out. Who is or are the teams that you believe will shock the world this NFL season? Craig, who you got?
Yeah, let's definitely start with the.
Oh, you know, I'm starting with my Commanders, man. We're gonna shock the world, man. I gave y'all a prediction.
I'm gonna call him
2-3 years ago that when we got our new ownership, and we was going through all that Commodores and all that phase. Everybody was hating and doing all that crazy talking. All you had to do, man. All you gotta do is win, and everybody turns into a fan all of a sudden and give them a little respect. But I'm not saying we're gonna shock the world. I just hope that we have just a productive season as we had last year. I hope my Commanders really show up, show out. We make another playoff run. I'm gonna be happy. That's all I want out of my squad. I'm not gonna be too overzealous. I understand that it's the sophomore slump can happen with my QB, but I'm gonna come in calm. I'm not gonna come in too crazy. I just hope that we do what we do, man. You never know. Anything can happen. We already got one champion in the DMV this year with that UFL, but that wasn't a topic this week. But go right ahead. I'll let somebody else jump in.
I want to know who the second impact player is that's going to be on the Commanders. Who's his number 2 and number 3 impact? Hold on. Dang. His number 2 and number 3 impact players on the Commanders that's going to take them, to this distance.
I don't think it's really going to be an impact player. I think
number
it's
2 and 3.
I don't think it's going to be
the number 2 and number 3 impact players.
I don't think it's going to be a number 2 or number 3 impact player. I think it's have to be a collective as a whole, coming from our defense and coming from our offensive line. I think you have to. I think he is that quote unquote. He is the guy right now, but he has to have a team around him for him to win. It can't be no straight up just got to name somebody to back him up. No, it got to be a team effort to win this thing. We got to play as a team. We got to have this defense show up. We got to have an offensive line show up, man.
See, he's saying team, but a team needs a leader.
And he's the leader, my man. Is the leader.
He's the quarterback of the team. In NBA term, he would be the what?
Point guard. But he's a point guard hater. I don't know.
Lord.
PGH.
I tell you, boy, I didn't know y'all love CP3 so much. My bad. I didn't mean to shit on. Mess up on y'all guy. I'm sorry.
I'm AI all day, bro. But
I like him.
CP3 collected ankles, kneecaps, everything, and he like CP3. He basically said CP3 is street doo doo.
I will say.
Okay.
Who's that? NFL now. What happened to the NFL?
Sadal.
NFL topic.
Who you think gonna shock the world, Sadal?
I think, I usually don't like to pick my team because, I hate to try to jinx them. But I really do believe the Rams will shock a lot of people. Yep. If you look across the league as far as the pundits go, they're picking the usual suspect. They're picking the Ravens. They're picking the Chiefs, the Bills, the Eagles, and things. And when they're asked about the Rams, they're like, "Oh, they're good, but
Jared Verse will have 12 sacks in the first 5 games, and the Rams will start 5-0. Just mark my words. The 3 key players obviously is Stafford. I mean, you can throw the running back in there. He hard. He's not gonna fumble the game away. Hold on. Okay, I'm telling you, Kyron Williams not gonna fumble the game away. So I'm just gonna set him to the side.
No.
He won't be
because that fumble in that
he did. He screwed up, but
costly.
that's why I'm skipping him right now. You gotta hold your horses, bro. So number 2 is Devontae Adams. He gonna come out. If you know anything about route running, he gonna hook it up.
He is route running.
He going in. He is going all the way in. But Jared Verse is number 3. He gonna have 12 sacks. There was a veteran offensive lineman who was at the peak of his game. He just retired, and what did he say? I don't know if anybody read the article. He said, "You know what? There's this young man in LA, Jared Verse. I'm so glad I never have to face this man again. He is gonna stomp through the league this year." I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say he gonna have 18 sacks this year.
Who is the record
in the regular season
for the most sacks in the regular season?
Michael Strahan, 20.
Michael Strahan himself. Thank you, Sadal. Said that Jared Verse is the best interior defensive lineman he's ever seen.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Boy, that's deep right there. That's deep.
Sack leader said that.
Well, I don't
said 12 sacks in the first 5 games.
Excited, because I just know the history of just getting too excited about your team. So I'm not going to go down that road. I'll just say that the Rams have a good shot at shocking a lot of people this year. That's all I'll say.
T-Bone, what you got, T?
Well, they had a long year. They had a long off season. But I can tell you, without a doubt, for sure, the Carolina Panthers. Oh, let me tell you.
Goodness gracious.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Come on, let's go get that.
They about to have 7 wins or what?
They got to be flying coon every win. Xavier got him in his
You know what?
You know what?
No, actually, yeah, you know what? Because I'm not going to pick my team. I'm going to actually say the Carolina Panthers just randomly. They could win their division. Why not? Why can't they? Why can't they?
That would shock people.
I mean, think about it. Why can't they win their division? Their division is usually one of the weakest of all the divisions. I mean,
really,
there's no reason that they can't.
Who's the dominant team in the NFC South? There's really no your team.
You don't have one. Look how fast you paused.
No, the bad thing is I only got 3 teams in my head. Who's the 4th?
The Saints, the Falcons, the Bucks.
The Bucks wasn't bad last year though. The Bucks, Baker Mayfield had a little breakout season, and
they all rotate. They all rotate. They just,
the Bucks are gonna destroy that division again this year. It's not even close.
It's the Bucks. Yeah.
What's his name coming back for another season?
I call him Baker 2.0.
Mike Evans, he came back, right?
Yeah.
Because I know he was.
And they just drafted the dog. Like, get out of here. They gonna.
All right, let me ask you a question. If Baker Mayfield gets injured,
they're going to win like 8 games. Okay, that's domination.
Right, because it's not like any of these teams are double-digit wins in the past,
exactly
5 or 6 years.
Right.
I'm about to mess all y'all up.
Didn't the Bucks have
Bucks? Yes, the Bucks been murking everybody.
No,
what was their record last year?
Please hold.
Oh my word, he asked. Really?
Yes, I asked because nobody remembers because it must not have been that memorable.
Right.
So the Bucks
like 9-7.
They won 10 games last year. They went 10-7.
Exactly 10 games. The bare minimum for double digits.
They did it.
Sure.
Hold on. They ran through them 10 wins, missing they star wide receiver. Chris Godwin. Please don't play with that. Okay. Now, so they drafted his replacement. Chris Godwin also coming back. They have bolstered their team. And you mean to tell me the hapless Falcons about to do something with
That's
who?
the Panthers.
Hold on. The Michael Penix Jr.
I said the Panthers.
The Panthers must I be ever to be known to be cursed ever since getting rid of Cam Superman Newton.
Didn't they win the division after that at least one time? By default?
They are the most unknown, hapless team in the league.
Which is why it would be shocking if they went and did something this year.
I can't.
And we're not going to sit up here and talk about like the Bucks are like going to be Super Bowl bound. You talking like they're going to be like
the division.
Look who they're playing.
Bryce is
not playing nobody
as they come. I haven't seen that man not have happy feet a single game ever. This dude looked like who the quarterback that just died that was a number 1 draft pick.
Yikes.
I think he was a number.
Wow.
He
You
was
talking
a
about
number
Dwayne Haskins?
By the Chargers.
Oh.
Yes. Ryan Leaf. He is the small version of Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf is
That's who he is. That
When
man.
did Ryan Leaf die? I didn't know he died.
Ryan Leaf was cold in college, but he got to
When
the
did he
league
die?
and he was trash.
Hold up, did this man just kill Ryan Leaf? What happened to Ryan Leaf?
This seems like a penalty.
My bad. I'm sorry. It was somebody else. I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I
Going
retract this.
around killing people like that, Miko.
So Ryan Leaf and his family,
like the Buccaneers.
The views of Miko are not shared by the Man Cave, the platform, Talk Show, or any other Smoooth Production.
Point made. Bryce's career is on the same trajectory. Okay, nobody even. Y'all have to look up where Ryan.
But that's fine though, because guess what? The backup might be someone y'all don't want to see. That's what I'm saying.
So Craig, you said your Commanders, correct?
Yeah. I'm always gonna pick my team.
And all the dogs, all said Rams.
T-Bone said
you gonna stick with Carolina?
Panthers?
Sure I am.
Toss it out.
Why
there.
not?
Big bags.
What you think?
I was good over there. So how do you think I already had Jared Verse locked and loaded in the chamber? Because I was gonna shoot that shot. I mean,
I don't even want to say this out. I don't even want to say this.
Oh,
Say it, brother.
Go ahead.
Speak your mind.
Speak your truth.
They gonna get it right in Dallas this year.
All right. Well, moving on.
Hold on.
They gonna get it right.
Oh, hear him out. Hear him out. Hear him out.
Doing differently. Who are they? Who are they top? Who are they top three difference
in the third.
Oh, hold on. They got a wide receiver out there.
That's why I said they're
George
gonna
Pickens. Who's the other wide receiver that they got out there?
They asked somebody for they got
Come on,
Pickens,
you don't even know his name. George Pickens.
Hey, and they got CDs.
George Pickens gonna be too busy punching than catching.
Oh no! They got that. They got that lockdown. Because let me tell you what type of CD. Let me tell you what type of CD Lamb
I
is.
agree with standing there. I agree with
the locker room be like, and get him in a headlock when he disappear into the shadows and be like, if you mess up,
soon as Dak
I'm gonna put you to
those
sleep.
Pickens, he
That's
gonna
why
choke him
George
out.
Pickens gonna get it right, and they gonna
George
get it
Pickens
popping.
is choking over under. Somebody getting choked out by George Pickens within the first quarter.
I'm not saying
Draymond Green played football. His name is George Pickens.
Only if CeeDee Lamb choke out George Pickens first. Because I'm telling you, CeeDee Lamb is the man of that group. And he will put that man in line. George Pickens, he ain't the man no more.
Remember draft night?
CeeDee Lamb is the man. And CeeDee Lamb, he hood.
No, what's going to happen?
He'll
is
be
they
like,
both
you
gonna
better
jump
get it
back.
right.
And the phone rang, and she tried to pick it up, and he damn near took her whole arm off when he tried to. She tried to
Remember that?
That's when I knew CeeDee Lamb was.
Yeah, remember that?
He is. CeeDee
You know
Lamb.
what I'm talking about?
CeeDee Lamb runs the house.
That was live. That want to record never live.
On the clip.
I would never forget that. That phone rang, the other phone rang, not the phone that he answered to get drafted by. The other phone rang.
Move out the way.
Hey, I was like, whoa.
You don't run nothing here. Get out of here.
CeeDee Lamb is he one of them. He one of them. But I think they might be playoff bound, is my point. So in that division with Philly, the Commanders, Dallas.
Is that shocking though?
The Giants. No, it's not shocking, T-Bone. It's not. It's not. But I think this year they gonna kind of like get it right.
And y'all not even talking about Ashton. What, he's Street Boo Boo too?
No, Ashton Gentry is the real.
Okay, so you telling me that to the Cowboys?
No, he went to the Raiders.
He went to the Raiders.
Yeah, he went to the Raiders.
Dang.
That's why I just said he the real deal. I didn't say he went to the.
Okay.
Cowboys.
So I keep thinking about them.
Out of Boise State.
He is.
So far.
Who next?
The only Boo Boo team that been whispered here so far is the Carolina Panthers.
Now I will.
I'm the only person willing to go out on a limb. You know what I mean? I'm trying to.
That's not going out on a limb. That's throwing pixie dust straight in the.
I got a shocker for all y'all.
And it might.
Oh Lord.
I got a shocker for all y'all.
Who you gonna say?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, that ain't
wait.
Okay.
Hold on. Are gonna shock the world
and not repeat.
That's
what I figured he was gonna say. That.
Think about it. They got rid of a few key defensive players.
A lot of teams don't. A lot of teams don't repeat the Super Bowl.
And they replaced.
They got rid of a few key ones. And then on top of that, I want you all to name. Matter of fact, I ain't even got to do it.
What?
T-Bone's here.
Okay.
T-Bone is an avid San Francisco 49ers fan.
Okay.
There was a player who won Offensive Player of the Year and then got on the cover of a video game.
Oh boy.
25, right? What happened that next year? Just to Christian McCaffrey.
So he got the. So you saying he gonna get the Madden curse?
The double curse. It's a double curse.
You know why that will never happen?
And covered.
Because Christian McCaffrey had like 500 million touches that year. That was bound to happen. They've been tread clear off.
You can't say that about most of the people that have been injured off that Madden curse.
Oh Lord.
Wow, remember this?
Oh Lord.
To the T that night.
That's fine. Has he gotten grimy like that with anybody in the NFL? Can we get clips of that? Can we get clips of him versus people in the NFL as opposed to your girl?
Mr. Rio.
He been mossing dudes in the league ever since he came into it. He been doing that. Yes. He been snatching the football. Yes.
That's no.
He been mossing dudes since he came into the league.
I'm saying not the action, attitude behind the action.
Okay, if you mossing dudes, you got
more trying to go than a CD Lamb is because we've seen it. George Pickens don't give a damn. He does not care. He is the Draymond of the NFL.
Oh, Lord.
Who got Draymond in check?
Let me see. How can I break this down for you real quick?
Please, Dan.
We talking George Pickens, right?
Mm-hmm.
George Pickens played in Pittsburgh, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many how many quarterbacks, or what quarterback played that? Well, what quarterback played up under George Pickens to give him the confidence to be a dog? None. It took you too damn long. So I'm gonna answer for you.
Are we talking like a dog with his skills? I'm talking hot-headedness. I ain't talking skills. Hot-headedness.
You could be a hot-headed and still be a dog. You want me to name one right off top?
It's Brian.
One. You want me to name you another one?
Mm-hmm.
T.O.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to name you another one?
What's T.O.?
You want me to name you another one?
Go ahead.
He retired. He ain't retired, but everybody remember what he did on the sidelines when he took his equipment off. Antonio Brown.
Oh, Antonio Brown. Okay.
So you can be a hothead and still be a dog. It's just all who's surrounding you, like you talking
That's
about.
why I said CeeDee Lamb.
Focus.
There'll be no T.O. slander.
He needs to do every Sunday.
Oh, okay.
They locked in. They locked in. I hate the Cowboys. I think they're the most trash organization of all organizations. They the reason why the Rams left St. Louis. Why would I even promote the boo-booist freaking franchise in all of NFL history? Just being honest, they got a squad. They got bodies.
They loaded.
And they could body they conference at least.
I've heard this.
Conference?
Yeah. There's one that's in with
division.
Yeah, conference-wise,
Cowboy fans. Brother man.
I can't see
right now.
Water.
But what I want to see it, but if I had to pick it right now and I want to see conference-wise, I want to see the Rams and Philly do it again. That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Philly get dirt now.
I want to see the Philly. I want to see Philly and the Rams do it again.
It's not happening the same way.
That's what I want to see.
Just like Philly and KC didn't happen the same way twice.
I don't think KC going back.
Oh no, they're not. Travis too far. Anyway,
the NFC final will be the same team. It will again be the Eagles and Rams.
Oh well.
Last year was Eagles and Commanders.
It wasn't that.
That wasn't the final, was it?
That wasn't the final.
That wasn't the final.
Hey, look, I told y'all it's the one and done. It's all right.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. That's my point. I just want to see that again.
It'd definitely be nice to see.
I would love
in the same conditions.
I don't think they could block Jared Verse. I don't think they could block Jared Verse. I think he's gonna I think once he gets to the playoffs.
No, so what Jared Verse did, he pulled a Jalen Hurts. Because remember what Jalen said after that Super Bowl? He was like, that changed something in me. Jared Verse said something changed.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sadal. We sorry, man. You threw your hands up.
What's up?
Y'all throwing out terms, the finals, and man, they gonna score a home run and come on, man.
There'll be a grand slam as well.
Y'all. The conference championship.
We about to have a penalty.
Eagles, Washington Commanders.
Yellow card.
Sadal. Before you get yourself we already told him he messed up the team. And he corrected it too, and that's all over there to the pot.
I just keep throwing out random terms until he feels better.
Real life turning red and brown. I don't know if it's the camera or you.
And Jim Brown gonna come back and play for the Cardinals, man.
The black person turned red before this.
He is actually.
Oh my god.
red and brown making a purplish hue right now on the screen.
He's purple.
Brother look like Grimace right now. I don't know what's going on.
I know.
No, from the camera, it's like it looked like you were getting very upset. The camera hue got you looking purplish right now. Not extreme purple, but it's like it looked like you got red in the face, and then the red in your brown skin. It's just no, black is black. You brown.
He said Grimace. He said Grimace.
It also looked like you got a nice Scholastic book collection behind him too.
Those are DVDs.
What are those? The boxcar children behind you?
Not Scholastic. He said Scholastic book collection. He saved up all his coins.
Find us some DVDs.
I'm glad that shirt don't say Death Rebel too.
Dang.
Hey, he still got some dividends at that.
Still got some dividends. You still got the players. You still got the players.
Hey. Now wait, I still got some. Still got a lot of VHS.
You know you got some VHS. That's the only reason.
About to say
the only way you can see a 49er Super Bowl victory. Anyway.
Oh, that's kind of low. That's kind of low.
Right there.
That was disrespectful. That was
on the record and said I did not say anything
to a man in recovery. I'm in recovery, and you still okay? Where? Payments.
So I got one last thing. It's gonna be like off topic, real quick.
Damn.
And I just want y'all opinions on this, real quick.
Abraham Lincoln.
John Wilkes Booth. Crawford Canelo. Crawford Canelo is coming up. 13th?
Oh.
Who do y'all think? And this is a two-part question. Who do y'all think is the better fighter? Oh, we got to make this quick. I forgot about that part. And who do you think is going to win the fight?
And before you answer the win the fight, know that what's the name from Saudi Arabia has added a knockout bonus for this fight.
Right.
Max Kellerman.
Well, the last time I bet against Terrence Crawford, I lost all my damn money. So I don't know what this fight. I don't really know what this fight. This is going to be a good fight, and I want Crawford to win, but if he tries to go, toe to toe with Canelo, I don't think it's a tough call. It's a tough call.
He has been white jackets for every press conference that they in. It does not look like he can make that kind of weight. Crawford.
He gonna make it by a little bit. When he make it,
he will barely make weight. But the issue is gonna be knockout power when you jump. I think
he's still gonna have it.
Okay.
I think he'll still have it.
I don't think weight is going to be an issue because I think Crawford, his age, I think he got that. I think he's old. I know he's older than Canelo. I think I don't think the weight has. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know with punching, you get caught with a punch that the heavier puncher can knock you out, but I just don't think that's going to be a major factor. And I just think naturally Canelo is a harder puncher than Crawford. But I just don't. I'm not placing no money on this fight.
You got a point.
I'm not putting no money on this fight. I'm not putting nothing down on it. So
Miss Dill got a point.
Here's your bet on both. Hey now. Break even.
Yep.
Who has here's a question. Crawford's footwork. Is Canelo gonna have a problem with Crawford's footwork? Anybody know?
I think he will, because he's not gonna stand there and go blow for blow with this man. He's not gonna do that.
He can't. That's stupid.
But I believe if he catch Canelo slipping, and I'm pretty sure he will, because I think Canelo gonna try to knock him out.
I think they both gonna try to go for the knockout to get that bonus.
I don't think Bud gonna try to knock.
Who is the scrub Canelo just fought? Who literally ran around the ring? Oh my goodness!
I don't even know. I don't know who you fought.
Last. So we gotta get to the next topic. My bad.
We will
under 6 rounds Canelo, over 6 rounds Crawford.
Already gone.
What you say, Sadal?
This show's already off the rails. It's gone.
Better fighter?
We didn't stray so far off the path.
Better fighter Crawford, but who's gonna win this fight? I see Canelo winning.
Canelo, he fought Jamel Charlo.
Canelo
fought Charlo, yeah.
And John Ryder. I don't know who the hell is John Ryder.
John Ryder was the last one, I think. Was that the last one?
Who?
Man, I'm gonna
I think Ryder was the last one.
Okay.
And I got my answer for the last one.
I haven't seen him fight nobody.
Well, we gonna keep this off the rails train on moving. I don't know which way we zigzagging, but these train cars done collided. But it's been one hell of a show, as it always is. That's why we're here at the Man Cave where anything can go down. We got one more topic, and then we're gonna let people know something. But real quick, in the world of NCAA,
and I'm not going to explain, man. I'm just going to say
who is the greatest NCAA athlete of all time?
That's just my opinion.
Greatest college athlete of all time. We're going to start with you then, Mario, since you are prepared.
I'm going to say Lou Alcindor.
Who?
Lou Alcindor.
I don't think you go by that no more.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's like naming. That's like calling Muhammad Cassius. That's disrespect.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Lou Alcindor. All right.
Sadal,
Mr. College Football himself. Who do you say is the greatest college athlete of all time?
Well, I thought it was your favorite, but if you're talking about the greatest,
no, it's your favorite. It's your favorite. It's who you think, in your opinion.
Well, who I think is the greatest of all time and who's my favorite is different.
Just name them both.
I think
name names.
My favorite is a tie. So my favorite is Tim Tebow.
Now you got three.
It's Tim Tebow and Reggie Bush.
Oh man, I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah,
Bush.
But the greatest, I think the greatest of all time, I think I had to agree with Rio, with Lou Alcindor. Yeah, because those teams, I think he played for UCLA.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He played
for
Wooden. He played for Wooden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first. That was the dynasty.
Or to give a different one, I say Jim Brown because he played football.
Anyone that has.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
he
great.
Played 2 sports. He played 2 sports.
What was the second one?
What was the other one that you said? The other sport that he played, Sadal?
Lacrosse.
Oh, lacrosse.
Yeah.
Lacrosse.
Yeah.
Lacrosse.
He was a hell of a lacrosse player.
That's a sport?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'm joking.
Okay. What you got, Craig Black? I know you got something good.
Well, I don't want to agree with you, Rio, but I have to go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I got to. I mean, I want to agree with you, but I'll say something different just to say something different. I'll give Cheryl Miller some props too, because Cheryl was a hell of a college basketball player. So
Cheryl Miller. Yeah.
Cheryl Miller.
Reggie
Miller.
I'll take Kareem first, then I'll go with Cheryl Miller.
Smith on the motherboard of somebody's church. Oh, he didn't say the motherboard. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say Reggie Bush, but just to give a completely different answer, I'm going to say Brock Lesnar. How about that?
Damn.
Lord.
Hey.
Yeah.
He got some accolades.
You know what? All right. Since you want to go there, just for the hell of it, Leati Joe Anawai from Georgia Tech. You just going there.
I just
Bill Goldberg. Hell. If that's what we doing. But no, I think
I like the comment that somebody else said, man. Somebody said Bo Jackson.
BoJack. I thought about him too.
I like that choice.
Look, Bo Jackson was great.
Hey, Matt.
Great in hell. Bo Rose.
Yeah, Bo was a monster.
We got one left.
Bo was a superstar.
I'm gonna actually go with a favorite. I'm gonna actually go with a favorite because I played against him in high school, and it's it's the St. Louis connection. Personally, I'm gonna say Larry Hughes. He's my favorite.
Former guest of the show. Shout out to Larry Hughes.
And you know what I'm saying? And he smashed UMass, what I can remember. So, I mean, he went to the league, and honestly, who were the Billikens before he even came along? Practically nobody.
Hey, there will be no Smoooth slander around here. Okay, thank you.
I'm just saying.
Slander.
It's just the team, not the entire
I'm
university.
from the Lou, bro. Like, so I'm saying, how did it become Smoooth slander with me saying Larry Hughes?
You just said, who were they before them? They were the Billikens.
Before him, yes. Before Larry Hughes, they didn't do anything.
The difference is when it was Larry Hughes and the Billikens, not just the Billikens.
That is correct. And that is why he is my favorite, because he put St. Louis University on the map for that time. He got drafted to play alongside who? Allen Iverson.
LeBron.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Thought you were going to talk about LeBron.
The greatest of all time is the reason I became a University of Oregon fan. He is the original King James in the West Coast. LaMichael James.
Yep, LaMichael James.
That boy was special. I don't know what happened when he got to the league. I ain't gonna take no shots at the team he got drafted by.
He turned into a Trump candidate.
Yeah, pretty much. Trump. I forgot about Trump Kennedy.
I feel like if he was drafted by a different, might I even say, better team, he probably would have had a better shot. But unfortunately, we'll never know.
At least he had a great college career.
So he was too good for his own good?
You said what? He did.
So he was too good for his own good because he got drafted by a poor team? Because, that's usually the way it works.
Yeah. I mean, what's funny is, I'm glad you said that he got drafted by the 49ers.
Look, they've had their good times. They had their bad times.
Yeah, they won't complain. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move on to the topic that is sweeping the nation. It is time for us to let a naysayer know. I've been correcting myself. It's usually what I don't want to say, but demonetization. We're letting a naysayer know. What we're going to do right now is we're going to select either a person, a group of people, whoever you feel got the game messed up. And you got to let them know where the error of their ways is. It could be any player, any team, any organization, anybody on this show. Anybody. The floor is yours, Craig.
Can I go last, please? I'm still trying to find mine.
I'd rather you be late and prepared than on time and scrambling. Jesus. The dog. Okay. Do you have something that you want to let a naysayer know?
I got nothing, man. I'm just this crazy show.
Hey, it's fine. We appreciate your contribution of the promo. I felt like that took a lot out of him. I was like, dang, we got all the Sadal in the promo, but then he still delivered for the show. We appreciate you for pushing through. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, who you want to let know something?
I would just like to say, speaking on not behalf on everybody on the show, but I think we do such a great job that I think we need to get a little more recognition for what we do.
Mm-hmm.
As far as people need to really, really see what we do. Yes, we do have moments like we had today, but I would just like to say, let these naysayers know that you're missing out on a great, great show here. And, for all the platforms that are out there for us, for you to listen to and watch, I suggest that you take the time and look at it. and listen to it because you are missing out on a great show. So to all those naysayers out there that trying to find something to watch on Wednesdays at the end of the month, tune in to the Man Cave because you missing out on a great show. That's all I gotta say.
For sure. For sure. Miko, you want to let the naysayer know something?
I mean, at the end, what? I'm definitely gonna say the NBA in general just need to get this gather step thing together. It's out of control. I don't care. It's too much. You basically could do pirouettes and freaking 80 steps,
super travel,
freaking do the hammer and everything while you holding the ball in your hand, and it's legal. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just kind of like, how do you defend something where you could just, carry the ball like a pregnant woman for 9 months? I mean, come on.
Gritty to the rim, man.
Please.
Trim
do something with this.
Slip the leg.
Please make it a game again. Great again.
You could damn near do the gritty. Just
hey, look, make the NBA great again. They did just draft potentially their great hope.
Let's see.
Who I want to talk to real quick. I would like to talk to. Let me talk to these LA Rams fans. I appreciate you all's support of the team. But please understand, you may have had them first. You may have them now. But you do not love that team.
Nope.
The way we loved that team. Because let me tell you something. 1 in 15 people were in them stands. 2 in 14 people were in them stands. Every game in LA since the opening, I'll say since the opening of SoFi. Maybe before that. Why are the home fans in the minority? Why?
Very true.
Why are we being overwhelmed when it comes to 49er games? Why are we being overwhelmed when it comes to Seahawk games? Why are we being overwhelmed when it's teams from the East Coast? East Coast. All these fans over there. Yet they making the commute, making the travel to be at these home games for the Rams, essentially turning them into home games for the away team. St. Louis wasn't having that. St. Louis wasn't having it.
Who is we?
Jerry Jones.
What was that, 29er fan?
I said, who is we? Ain't no we. Wasn't nobody coming to the Rams games here in St. Louis from the other places because. Listen, as much as I love St. Louis, it's St. Louis. And, we're talking about Los Angeles, which is pretty close to all those other places.
So you're more comfortable rolling through the city of Bumpton. You more comfortable rolling through Inglewood. That's what you're telling me?
No, I'm telling you it's a much cheaper flight for a lot of people coming from California or Seattle to go to Los Angeles than it would be for them to come to St. Louis.
No, it's not that. It was orchestrated by Jerry Jones and the owner of the Rams to get them moved out of here. The original vote failed. They were staying here. Who pulled them back in the meeting? Jerry Jones. They ended up leaving her, going back to LA. So the reality is the real support her. Yeah, that was her. LA, like you say, they don't love the Rams. Who cares? Everything was orchestrated for money. Why? Because they could put a multi-billion-dollar dome out there and put the money out there because it is a product. They don't care about fans. They can manipulate the market and put the product out there and make it happen. And they did that. Case closed.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. It's about business. It ain't about anything else but the almighty dollar. And that makes a lot of sense.
I'm not saying it ain't real.
I agree with that.
I hear everybody. But what I saw, right? What I saw from them warriors, like Sadal said earlier in the show, the Twitter warriors, those ones who were saying good, St. Louis ain't deserve them, yada yada, this and the third. All these LA fans, come on back home. We'll treat you right. Y'all doing all of this.
Just Johnny come lately. That's not real fans. They wasn't saying nothing when they was gone.
Nobody
they don't
was
care.
like they did not care. The minute that the Rams left, all the LA Rams fans were able to become LA Lakers. Because when they left, who was starting to get in the groove? A Kobe Bean Bryant. So it's like they had something to replace. So y'all wasn't really about it. Y'all wasn't about it. In the words of Trick Willie, y'all just go with the flow. Y'all go with the trend. SoCal social.
They gone. They gone. They ain't coming back. They gone.
I know that.
They don't love you no more. They don't love you no more, man. They
Damn,
gone.
that's T-Bone, that's cold, man. That's cold, dude.
They packed. They look. They left. They packed your lunch in a road map. They showed you how to get there. They said you want to come home.
She gonna make that man cry, T-Bone. Stop, man. Stop.
Yes, they left. Unfortunate. But at least when they were here, they played in the city they identified in, Mr. Santa Clara 29ers.
Yes, real nice stadium too. I've been to it.
What, Candlestick or SoFi?
SoFi.
Miss Dub don't want to
I
back.
passed by it.
Pass by. We don't want the NFL.
That's a step too far now.
We love you. We love you. That's too much. Too much. That's a little too much.
If the Panthers were to move to St. Louis and call themselves the Stallions, I think the whole city would take it.
They would go effing crazy.
No.
Yes, they would. Come on now.
No. Over the Panthers?
The Stallions.
Yes,
You call them by their proper name.
They're the Panthers. The Stallions are a team in Birmingham. Ain't that where they are in the UFL? Yeah.
That was the original name of the franchise when Walter Payton and a group of other owners lobbied to get that name and likeness here before the election in 1995.
Thank you. We were all sitting there watching the television.
They chose Charlotte as the two teams instead.
We were sitting there watching the program on TV.
That's why it was a pivot to get the Rams.
They were the backup, the rebound, if you will.
Oh damn!
Let me throw that rebound, T-Bone. Now,
they were. Oh wait, you gonna say that? Wait a minute. Are you telling me you were there?
Hey, we ain't
you
gonna.
were there.
You
were there right along with me.
Hey, I try to be nice now.
Now wait a minute. Let's go to the facts. Let's go to the facts. Let's go to the facts for a second, Sadal. Now you would have been right there with me right around in 1994 when we were all sitting there watching that nationally televised broadcast of who the NFL expansion teams were going to be. And we just knew, based on all the weeks of hype and all the weeks of promotion, that St. Louis was going to get the Stallions. And they were going to be one of those brand new, hot off the presses NFL expansion franchises. And you know how we all felt when they said, and the first team, the Carolina Panthers. We're like, well, okay, they can have a team. The second team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, to which most people in the United States, especially in St. Louis, said, where the heck is Jacksonville? Who are they? Who are they to get a team? And you know that we were all disappointed until someone said, hey, you feeling a little down? Feeling a little sad? There's this team in LA. I hear they not happy with their situation. I hear they thinking of moving on. And we were like, yeah, word. Well, I'll take their call, And y'all took the call, And they said, well, hey, if you fly us out to St. Louis, we'll stick around for a while. Y'all were like, word? Well, let me get the plane ticket, the moving vans, and we're going to move y'all out to St. Louis. And y'all did for 20 years. And then they said, time's up. And they went back home. And now they gone. And they ain't coming back.
They ain't coming back.
You know what?
Tebow is officially terrible.
Since we're talking about things being gone and never coming back, the Lombardi Trophy.
Oh my God!
Never coming back.
5 times. 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. 5 times. You can't take them away.
You can't. You can't.
You got 5 times. I'll just say 29. Oh, my bad. 30.
Craig, what do you think of my story? What do you think of that story that I told? Where was the lie? Where's the lie? Where's the lie?
I almost shed a tear.
Wow. T-Bone. I ain't never gonna tell you a lie. Craig said hit the music on you.
Kim Kardashian has a better chance of going back to the West than the 49ers do of ever getting the Lombardi Trophy again.
The Boyz II Men music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We might have to cut the music on that one.
And on that one, Craig, you don't get to let a naysayer know something. We gotta go.
Like, can I do my link? I can't do my. I got one now. I got one now.
Come on. What you got?
To everybody on this panel, I need to let y'all naysayers know this. CP3 ain't no goddamn superstar. Y'all check out Community Cuts for Kids 24th annual is coming, man. The 24th annual Community Cuts for Kids. Go to the CraigShieldsFoundation.org. Please go there now. I need barbers and stylists. Them naysayers better know he ain't no superstar.
And I'm gonna get everyone
crazy.
To wear a CP3 jersey at your foundation. That's
matter of fact, I'm gonna take it a step further.
Go to the CraigShieldsFoundation.org, baby. Go there now. Barbers and stylists, I need you. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it, man.
You know what? And on top of that, we here at the Platform Sports Talk Show, starting right now, are making a campaign to not only get this man as a guest, but damn it, I want NBA superstar Chris Paul to make an appearance at the whatever annual Community Cuts for Kids. And I guarantee you, when he shows up with superstar power, you won't tell that man to his face that he ain't an NBA superstar.
If you make it happen, I would say it to his face.
You gonna tell him he not a superstar to his face if he show up? Hold on.
Yes, I will.
Oh, brother,
say it to his face just for you. Just for you. To make it happen.
Craig about to disappear like Dr. Sebi.
No, this show is
on that note, this has been the Man Cave. We thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you tune in next week as the ladies return for another episode of Ladies Night. In the meantime, in between time, make sure you follow us on all them socials, on all them internets. And the fellas will see you next month, and the ladies will see you next week, baby. It's the Man Cave where anything can go down.
This man.
What you have just experienced was brought to you by Smoooth Productions. Until next time, stay tuned and stay smooth.